I made a video about how attention works during sales presentations, and you probably have seen this. It has a big S-curve, so people remember the first part and they remember the last part. Now, how do you pitch your product during a sales presentation? So let me dig a bit more detail. It's not only about attention, which basically has this curve. It goes up in the beginning, goes down, and then it goes up. And you got to make sure that you grab them. And how do you do that? Well, you start talking about the problem in the beginning. That's the way you grab them. You talk about their problem and you enlarge the problem. And that creates the why now. That creates this internal tension that people think, I got to do something, right? That's exactly what you want if you're pitching a product. No, you should not talk about your product yet. You first go into that problem and then you exist to solve that problem. So keep the urgent, keep you down. Don't start talking about you. Hang on. You only talk about you at the 4th or the 5th slide. And then, so you do the problem, and then you say, well, we live to solve that problem. Now, the language you use, and that's where everybody goes wrong, is they'll talk about them. No, the language you use is you have to turn it around. You have to talk from their perspective, right? And that's not easy. Now, not only that, on that slide, when I would pitch the product, we are a company, we live to solve this for you, I will actually do not yet put the product itself, I would put logos, I would put social proof, and that is trust. So trust is generated by everything that's social proof, others talking about you. That can be logos of existing customers, that can be things that you're compatible with, it could be newspaper logos, it doesn't matter, but something. It could also actually be faces, right? You got to generate that trust. Once you're done with that, you can explain how your product works and all of that. But to wrap that up, and that's something I used to do wrong every single time, I would explain how the product works and then I would move straight into next steps. But I missed an element, and that is called structure. I have to create, if I create unrest by talking about the problem, I have to create rest again with these people saying, I live to solve it. We, me, have a methodology that can actually solve it. It has 5 steps, it has 3 steps. I have to create one slide, and actually it's one of your key slides, where you explain the structure, how you would solve it for them. 1, 2, 3. We do this in 2 weeks. We first do an analysis. It's always something simple. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll find many examples of these structure slides, but it's something that's always missing. So please make sure that you use it, because you can also use it for one-pagers, and it's very interesting to explain what you do based from here. And then last but not least, don't do the questions and don't do thank you, just say next steps. And remember, always 2 options. Option 1, your house is on fire. We have an expert that is ready to help you, or you can try our product, or don't put in there, get a quote. That's obvious. Don't do that. The other option is learn more, get educated, be inspired. And that is for the people that are not ready to buy yet, but they might be. And they will make that choice. And those 5 steps, they're going to change dramatically the way you talk about it, about your product, the way you sell your product, the way you build your slides. It doesn't matter. Just remember, if you have those 5 steps, you will be very successful.